Welcome to Cognautics, your one-stop shop for computer science and IT. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell to be the first to see new content. Today's revision is going to focus on using the linking method as a way of remembering key words and phrases. And in this case, it'll be a small program that you're going to be learning. And I've tied this up inside a very scary horror film story. Well, you can decide for yourselves how scary it is. But don't forget, the reason we're doing it is that the brain tends to remember silly, daft and ridiculous stories much more than cold, hard facts. Today we're going to look at count-controlled loops. They're one of the key constructs that you need to be able to understand and use to gain marks in the exam. So today we're going to look at the triggers that mean that you're going to need to use this particular loop. And once you know when to use it, the second part of the video is a really quick and easy way for you to actually learn this set of commands. Let's briefly look at the count-controlled loop in more detail. You need to use a count-controlled loop when an action repeats a set number of times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So this is an example of what it might look like. This is the trigger in the exam you're waiting for. Write an algorithm to print out the numbers 1 to 5. So that's going to print out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the screen. And that is what you're looking out for. Let's get on with the horror story. And don't forget to listen out for the key words that you're going to need to use when you're asked to produce a count-controlled loop in the exam. Once upon a time, because that's how these things always start, I was watching a horror film on Channel 4. It was a gruesome affair about this devious monster who was growing eyeballs in his laboratory just to strap them to railway tracks and to watch the horrible mess after a train hit them. Suddenly, our hero was grabbed by the monster, and from above the tracks he saw they looked like an equal sign. Back to our story. The monster had grown tired of strapping eyeballs to tracks, so he chose gigantic hen's eggs instead, and he put on a track just to see the mess it would make. But suddenly, the egg changed to the figure 0. This was a spooky film indeed. Suddenly, a train appeared on the railroad tracks. What was going to happen next? It had a 2 strapped to the front of it, and as sure as eggs were eggs, the train crashed into our 0, smashing it into 1,000 pieces. Suddenly, our hero wakes up. He was in the dentist's chair, and his mouth was numb. It was full of numbers, and he'd had several fillings. On his way home, he thought, gosh, I'm sure there was something I needed to do. And he saw the Nike advert and thought, I know, I'll just do it. And then, suddenly, another thought came to him. It was his sister's wedding the following day, and he had to go to Next to buy a new suit. When he got home, he checked to see what time the wedding started on his iPad. I hope you found this video useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell to be the first to see new content. Bye bye.